two are on course to kickstart our challenge. Bradford Bulls take on the Penrith Panthers. Wigan had got the European Challenge underway with victory in Australia. It was now down to the European Super League leaders, the Bradford Bulls, to carry the flag into battle against the Penrith Panthers. But Penrith are one of the most uncompromising teams in the Australian Super League. Bradford, though, have lost only once at Odsal in the past 2 seasons. Could they carry that wonderful record into the World Club Championship? Let's enjoy the game again now, and first check out the way the two teams lined up. Here's the team: Spruce, Lachlan, Callan, Peacock and Scales, Paul and Tomlinson. Up front, Raihana, Lowe's, McDermott, Forshaw, Bradley, McNamara. Wittenberg, Graham, Anderson and Knox occupy the bench. The coach, Matthew Elliott. From Penrith, it's Jorgensen at fullback, Williams, Girdler, Domick and Beckett, Carter and Gower. McNamara, Farah and Adamson, Matt Adamson, his brother, Gall and Brown. And on the bench, Thompson, Alexander, Drew and Boyd. Coach, Royce Simmons. Match referee is David Campbell. Be interesting to see how he handles this massive match. We're ready to go. Penrith will start. Bradford then will take the first set of 6. And Odsal comes alive as the Bradford Bulls go head-to-head with the Penrith Panthers. Bradford with this first set of 6 tackles, just to steady the nerves. That's John Scales. In at dummy half is James Lowes. Brian McDermott will drive the ball in, but that's good defence from the Penrith Panthers. That's Mike Forshaw, sensational start to his career here at Odsal. 4 tackles gone. Bradford penned inside their own half. Raihana driving forward. The He2 brought to the ground.
We spoke about the solid defence. It'll be on display tonight. You can see that the Panthers are eager.
Good kick from McNamara, but Jorgensen had moved across and he's the man who cuts it out. But a good chase led by Danny Peacock. The first opportunity then now for the Bradford Bulls to get stuck in, and that was Williams, the New Zealand international winger for the Penrith Panthers. Driving it now up the middle is McNamara. The Bradford Bulls supporters getting right behind their team. I think we've all been encouraged by the Wigan performance in Australia earlier today. They won, in case you missed that. They beat the Canterbury Bulldogs. And everybody hopes, in Europe anyway now, that the Bradford Bulls carry the banner here tonight. But Penrith Panthers, as all Australians, they hold quite some threat. And that's the scrum half, Gower, one of the most promising youngsters in Australia. Great kick too. Did that come off the fingertips of the Bradford Bull? It's Bradford's head and feed, says David Campbell.
Well, Callan never got anywhere near this. He really was put under pressure by Williams and Girdler. Well, perhaps he did get a fingertip to it, but they've got away with the head and the feed. Nice high kick, applying the pressure early in the match.
Chance for Callan to drive the ball out. Good tackling though by Carter. Now, Danny Peacock. Big tackle on him by Farah, the hooker. And you get the feeling that both these sides are up for this. McDermott tries to get away from the tacklers, but good stern defence from McNamara.
Good run and good defence there. Adamson leading the way. Solid tackling by the hooker also by Danny Farah.
That was a high shot. Carter, the captain of Penrith, pulled out. Bradley's flat out.
Swinging right arm, made contact. Australia on Australia, no love lost on that occasion. And that Carter, really was a good crack.
Carter and Bradley, Steve-O, if you can believe it, looking at that picture, former teammates at Penrith. And Bradley's not well.
Well, they must have failed to buy him a drink on many occasions, if that's the case. Looking to get away with that. We knew it was going to be hard. We expected it tough in the opening 10-15. 2.5 minutes have barely gone, and Carter, not the best thing from the skipper, but if it's going to be tough, and he's leading the way that way, but he's had the warning by the referee, David Campbell, and rightly so.
Well, Bradley just trying to get some sense back into the brain box. He's a vital cog for this Bradford Bulls side. Callan with a lovely ball. This is Spruce. Lovely drive from Spruce. Strong defence from Farah. Lowe's is in there at dummy half. Here now Tomlinson. Chip through for Robbie Paul. Robbie Paul went without it. Lachlan picks it up. Knock on against Paul. Chance goes begging.
Beautiful play by Tomlinson. It was a set move. And Robbie Paul, who must be a little bit game rusty, hasn't played since the Wembley final. He knows he has bombed the opening try of the match.
Just wouldn't rise for him. The bounce just in front of him. But tremendous tackle on Domick.
But what great work by the winger Matt Callan coming in off the whitewash, and the fullback Stuart Spruce combining. They mean business to the Bulls.
Well, they have to match this intensity. They have to begin like this. They have to keep going for 80 minutes. They've trained hard. But the Penrith Panthers posing the biggest of threats. Stern defence thus far from the Bradford Bulls, and again, but they unload the pass well. Lovely ball round the corner, ball though to nowhere in particular, fumbled, and Bradford have got it back. Tomlinson, out wide it goes. This is Matt Callan.
Bad mistake by the centre, Ryan Girdler then. All pressure, they're forcing the pass when they don't really need to.
Offside against the Panthers, moving up far too quickly.
Brought forward Carl McNamara with quite a lot to choose from at the referee Campbell. Be interesting to see whether they'll take the 2 points on offer.
Surely with a kicker of McNamara's ability they will, and he has said that they will kick for goal.
It was interesting, Eddie, this morning's game, Canterbury versus Wigan. Daryl Halligan, real radar boot for the Canterbury side, and they rejected the opportunity in rather an easy position, in fact easier than this, which could have taken them into the lead against Wigan. They went for the power play, they took the tap instead.
And we all know what happened. I think this is good tactics by McNamara and Robbie Paul. They had a quick discussion and they looked and noticed they were just about 32 metres out, almost in centre field, and McNamara, with his success rate this season, a man who had a spell in Australia in the reserve grades for St George not too long ago, and he has the opportunity here to get the first points on the board for Bradford Bulls. Crowd goes silent. That's got chances. That's got 2 points. Steve McNamara and Matthew Elliott down on the touchline with his substitutes and players who haven't quite made it to the first team. Paul Medley there. He's down at the heart of the action. Normally, Steve-O, is up here about our level, communicating with the bench via the walkie-talkie, but not tonight.
Well, remember, he came down early in the game against Halifax. That was the last game that the Bradford Bulls have played, and perhaps the coach, Matthew Elliott, got the feeling and the sense that perhaps he could get across to his players a little bit more. Certainly worked against Halifax.
Yes, he was almost a supporter, wasn't he, that night? Good hands, though, from Penrith as they work the ball across the line. Peacock, though, is in very quickly. Roy Simmons, the Penrith coach, well known, of course, in this part of the world for his couple of years with the Hull Sharks, as they are now known. Lowe's gets the ball.
Tenacious work there by the hooker. He really did want that ball there before anybody. Farah tried to get to it, but the hooker snapped it up.
Well, real pressure here on this Penrith line. This is Bradley again. He cuts through one tackle. They have hold of him by the short, but he's keeping going, Graham Bradley. Terrific, tenacious run from Bradley. The runner was Forshaw. Stern defence, though, from this Penrith Panthers side. Nice tactics, though. Lowe bringing them back on the inside. McNamara shaped to pass the ball out wide, held on, took the tackle in the end from Matt Adamson. And a real mess between Tomlinson and Robbie Paul.
Well, we mentioned the fact that Robbie Paul had been out of it, but it was a pass that was at fault, went in between
and
the two halfbacks.
Glenn Tomlinson offside.
Well, a bad mistake there when they were mounting the pressure. I said before the game that discipline and respectful possession, it's so vital in these big games. Not many chances will be coming on offer.
Barrow, the dummy half, and he gets the ball away to Adamson. That's Phil Adamson. The Penrith Panthers looking to open up this Bradford defence, but having no success as yet. Carter now. Not Carter, I beg your pardon, it's Darren Brown. That was Carter with the kick. It's a good kick too. It's in the in goal, and they've noticed here at Odsal, the Penrith Panthers, that the corners slope up, but that was great work from Stuart Spruce as he gets the ball out of the in goal area.
Well, the experience of their coach Roy Simmons knows all about this Odsal Stadium ground. That's good defence.
No, he lost it.
Well, no advantage gained there. That's good refereeing, Campbell.
Gower it just came off the knee of Craig Gower.
I think it might have been helped along the way as well. Yeah, it looked like McDermott got the fingers into it.
I think he did.
Perhaps could have been a penalty. He's a live wire, Craig Gower. And he really was a shock selection in the New South Wales side. But he played so well against Queensland in that particular tri-series game that he earned his first Super League Australian cap.
And that was another attack to the head. He was wrestled to the floor. And it was Boyd again, who's been really involved, hasn't he, since he came on. But that's not on.
A little bit too rough there. Across the face. Well, he always played it tough himself, did the hooker Roy Simmons. He never took a backward step, and neither did David Campbell, who's just got belted on the head.
Yes, the ball was thrown inside, and David Campbell just took one on the bonce.
Well, I think they're wrong tactics by the Panthers. It's one thing going out there and showing that you're pretty rough and tough and getting on top of the opposition, but they're coming out with silly tackles. Lack of composure is giving away silly penalties.
Paul, the dummy half, and he decides to have a little run on his own, then tips the ball back inside to Scales.
There's no doubt in my mind that Robbie Paul is definitely not fit.
I think he's ring rusty, Steve. I think you were right earlier.
He's just not getting into the things there. He may blossom perhaps late in the second half when the others may be tiring, but who knows. He certainly looks rusty, that's for sure.
That almost came off for Lowe's. It was good defence from Boyd. Bravery and the flying boots of Lowe's.
He's having a fine game though as a hooker. We mentioned before in the tactics package that the hooker James Lowe's is so important. His distribution and runs from dummy half suck the defence to him.
Now it's the turn of the Panthers again, and that's Gower once more.
He really is a live wire, isn't he? But full credit to Bradford, they've always put someone onto him.
Kick ahead.
Anderson took him out, but he committed himself. Well spotted by the referee Campbell.
Now Scales once more.
Oh, that's a bad one from Boyd. He's got to go on that, and the referee hasn't seen it.
Said it was across his chest. No penalty forthcoming, but the referee having a word on the run with Carter, the captain, and telling him to tell his players to keep the tackles low. Forshaw, meanwhile, with a half break. Oh, that wasn't across the chest.
Well, unless they have dentures in your chest area.
Only in your breast pocket.
Dearie me today.
Now, chances here for Callan. Flicks the ball back inside, but to the wrong jersey.
Well, they're obviously calling out there, and they've been fooled by it as well.
Alexander. The pass was aimed for Robbie Paul. Now, I wonder whether there was a call there. Antipodean accents and all that, Steve-o.
Good tackle there by Anderson on Darren Brown. Doesn't take them long to say, "Ye up, lad, pass it."
You know, I've never heard Robbie Paul say that in all the times I've spoken to him.
Being a Scouse, you'd know it all, I suppose.
Absolutely. This now is the Penrith Panthers, and Gall, the tall figure, of Jody Gall. 6 foot 3 inches tall is Gall. Kick. Domek's chasing it. Oh, and Scales took an eternity.
Well, what on earth were they doing? Stuart Spruce and Scales. They were certainly not discussing the stock market, but they took an eternity to get across there. Sell some bonds, Mr. Spruce, but get the football first.
2.5 minutes to half-time. Bradford ahead 12 points to 6, in possession with Bradley. And the tackle wasn't completed.
What on earth are they doing?
I bet they wish it was.
It's a knock-on, and they're fortunate because Carter nearly had that football. When you're leading 12-6 just before half-time, why keep the ball alive? I'm afraid Bradford are losing the plot. Not the thing to do from the experienced second rower Graham Bradley.
Callan, Matthew Elliott, tension showing on his face. Forshaw has to take the tackle. Lowe's again, this is Robbie Paul. Paul to Lachlan. Lachlan out wide to Scales. Daylight ahead of Scales, and he cuts in field. What a run this is from Scales! Just helped out at the last moment. Tremendous defence from Jorgensen, I think it was. This is Lowe's again. He gets away from one, gives it then to McNamara. He finds Forshaw, on it goes to Anderson. Tomlinson will kick it through. There's chances here, and Spruce touches down. He wasn't offside. The try is given. Great try from Stuart Spruce, engineered by a beautiful kick through from little Greg Tomlinson. Bradford with their third try of the first half, and perfect timing just before half-time.
Oh, they did so well. The break put them in a situation. Lowe's kept it alive. It was always going to be scrambling defence by the Panthers. Anderson got rid of it. The beautiful weighted kick. Spruce kept himself behind the kicker. It popped up so beautiful. Nothing that Williams can do about that. Well, they deserve that. It was a beautiful break in the first place. Callan made it so, Scales made the break so well. It was a beautiful pass out wide. Look how Lowe's is controlling this out there. The dummy runner. Then the pass did Anderson. Tomlinson kicked. Spruce just kept on side. Tremendous finish to a tremendous passage of football. They don't come much better than that. And what a time to score just before the half-time break.
Trying the World Club Championship then for Stuart Spruce, and his 7th of the season. Now McNamara, what would he give for this to sail over? To just put daylight between the Bulls and the Panthers at half-time. Matthew Elliott watching on. McNamara with the kick, misses. That's the siren. The Bradford Bulls ahead by 16 points to 6. And this massive crowd at Odsal appreciative of Matthew Elliott and his team.
This summer, Britain takes on the world at the US Open Golf Championship. The fairy tale would be Tiger Woods winning his second major on his way to the Grand Slam. The reality is that the world's top players, including Nick Faldo, Ian Woosnam, and Colin Montgomery, have lifted their game to meet the new challenge. To make the next major theirs. Experience might prevail over youth. This time, Ford Scorpio Golf USA starts Thursday at 4 live on Sky Sports 3.
Can we help?
1,000 thank yous. Please, do me the honor of visiting my humble home.
His humble home.
My home is yours. My attendants will see to your every wish.
This is unbelievable.
I don't care what it takes. I want them for my wives.
I've only just met him. I want him for my wife. In his dreams.
If the Sheikh wants them for his wives, the Sheikh has them for his wives.
Was it something I said?
Peugeot, the drive of your life.
Hey, is your film as easy to load as this? Hardly. Can your camera take different picture sizes whenever you want? Oh, shame. How about an index print that makes it this easy to order reprints? No, thought not. You don't just need a new camera. What you need is an advanced photo system like Kodak Advantix. It's a different kind of film and a different kind of camera. Together, they can help you take pictures further.
Lights, it's soft and gentle, and it does work in harmony with your perfume.
So because this 106 comes with totally free insurance and I'm making a lot of dosh, I thought I'd buy another 20 and save even more.
Nice one.
Yeah.
Among us, there is an extraordinary individual.
We are honored to have you on board.
A genius capable of becoming anyone he wants.
Who the hell are you?
Sunday on Sky One, The Pretender.
Thinks he is some kind of vigilante getting even for the little guy.
A renegade.
Get him!
A hero.
You're under arrest.
A man on the run.
I'm chasing the Pretender. I'm going to catch him on Sky One.
Sunday at 7, the all-new Pretender will be here.
Well, Steve McNamara restarts. 40 minutes away from glory then for the Bradford Bulls. Remember, they have suffered this year their second successive Challenge Cup final defeat. That's now behind them. They'll want to do well on a big occasion this time. They'll want to prove, Steve-O, that they aren't the chokers on the big occasions.
Yep, and I'm sure that's another thing that Matthew Elliott would have said to them, that they've got to keep driving through. A lot of the European clubs have run out of steam in the last 20 minutes, and going through the mind of that man, Matthew Elliott, I'm sure, is to ensure that they keep it going. They've got to try to strike a blow early in this second half.
Tomlinson put the kicker under enormous pressure then. It was Gower, and the kick wasn't terribly successful. Went straight up in the air almost, all right out to this touchline where Callan collected it, and Peacock tackled severely, losing the ball. Referee will play the knock on. Bradley is still debating possession.
Well, it was reefed out, and Bradley was rather foolish trying to get the ball away. It was already going to be a scrum, and I don't know why Bradley was so happy to try to get the ball. I think you'll find there was a bit of a hand in there somewhere. The hooker, Danny Farrer, certainly reefed that ball away, but again, remember, the referee, David Campbell, does not have that advantage. He has to call it as he sees it.
Penrith throwing the ball around on that first tackle. It's a good driving run from Farrer. Well stopped, though, by Peacock and company, dumping him to the ground. Great test of this Bradford defence here now. You, I think, believe, Steve-O, they're going to change the tactics in this second half, Penrith, and give the ball a bit more air.
They've got to get it out wide, and they've already made a change. Brad Boyd has gone into the hooking position. He'll be taking most of the dummy half, or they'll share it with the man who started in the rake position, Danny Farrer. He'll be playing a little bit further out wide, Farah.
High-hanging kick. It was from Gower. Ball is lost. Knock on. Behind the line. Nearly a try. Girdler was so close then.
Did well to get up. He jumped higher than anyone else.
Everybody's heart missed a beat in this stadium then.
Well, as he came down, I think it was Matt Callan that actually knocked the ball away from him.
Another good run from Paul Anderson.
Quick play of the ball, that's what's needed now.
McNamara has to take the tackle from Gower again, and McNamara, that's Carl McNamara, was in. Tomlinson tried to step away from the tacklers. Boyd is in there quickly. And Farah. This now is Lowe's, just inside his own half of the field. Good run again from James Lowe's. Has a lovely ball as well. Spruce presses his foot on the gas. Good tackle though from the fullback Jorgensen.
Great play by Lowe's again. Again he runs from dummy half.
Tomlinson just held the pass about wide. It goes to Loughlin, who went without it.
Well, he would have gone in there because Gower was out of position. He was the only man that could have stopped him. You see Gower in the position as the sweeper, and I'm sure that Loughlin would have had the strength to go over. That's a chance gone begging, I'm afraid. But again, that key area, the hooker James Lowe's running from the dummy half position.
That's a great run. That's a sensational run from Farah.
Well, he's a guy that's going to change the complexion of this game for Penrith Panthers.
Boyd in quickly at dummy half. Tomlinson managed to get the ball away. It went backwards. Big screams for a knock on, but it never was. That's Gower again. Good tackling by Loughlin.
They've done a good job on Gower. They've kept him pretty quiet throughout this match.
This is the last tackle. Awful pass. Bradley gets the ball back for the Bulls at about the second or third attempt. Robbie Paul, the man in at dummy half.
Well, the second rower, Jody Gall, was never got anywhere near that. The ball was dipping it all the time. All dragged in by Bradley.
Tomlinson helps it wide to McNamara, gives it to Loughlin on the burst. Good tackling by the winger, Robbie Beckett. Oops, Forshaw nearly went without it. Managed to hang on, finds McNamara again, 10 metres inside his own half of the field.
Tremendous play by the Bulls, though. They're turning in the tackle, the support plays there. They're keeping this ball alive, and that can only tire out the Penrith Panthers. I know the Australian sides are super fit, but they'll have to be the way that the Bulls are keeping this ball alive. They've got to go through a lot of running to get their tackles in of the Panthers.
Good kick downfield. It's fielded, though, by Robbie Beckett. This Penrith side now 5th in the Aussie Super League, and they played against Canterbury last Monday, so they came over to the UK late for this World Club Championship. The last club to arrive, and I suppose from a European point of view, it might be that the jet lag will take its toll on them late in the game, but we thought that about the Auckland Warriors on Friday, and it simply never happened.
They just stepped up a gear, didn't they? No, I think that the St. Helens side in the last 20 were somewhat demoralised.
Jody Gall, hurt, picks himself up and plays it eventually. Boyd, little kick through, that's this man, Gower, Craig Gower, but Matt Calland did well to pick the ball up then.
Tremendous play by the little halfback Gower. You could see that the fullback Stuart Spruce was a little bit too deep.
But what a tackle, and what a soccer-style tackle too, with the foot by Stuart Spruce.
Well, he had to make an option, either to dive on it face first or throw out the foot. The foot came away, it bounced in their favour.
Robbie Paul is down on his knees, he is hurt. This now is Lowe's again. Meets the brick wall that is David Alexander. Paul just gasping for air. Bradley gets the pass away to Spruce. Wittenberg has come on, the big Aussie.
Got to be a penalty. Second bite of the cherry by Farah, or is it Boyd? I think you'll find it's Farah, the hooker. Well, he's working overtime in attack and defence, but you can see quite clearly he has not released the man. Spruce wanted to get on with it.
That's a blow for the Bulls. Robbie Paul has gone off. and Simon Knox is the man who comes on.
Well, I'm not so sure about that, Eddie. I don't want to say anything about the quality of Robbie Paul, but he was not match fit for mine when he came into this game.
He's always capable, though, Steve-O, of just turning a game, isn't he? Just producing something special.
When you're 16-6 in front, you need fresh legs.
And that was a great ball to Peacock. Desperate defence from Penrith. This is Bradley. Bradley, bounce ball into the arms of McNamara. Out wide it goes. This is Scales with strength. Beckett is there, and he just went for a piggyback ride and hauled him down. Still 2 tackles to go. Nobody there, but Spruce picks up the pieces, takes it back amongst the heavy traffic again. Then releases the ball, attracts a couple to him. First touch for Knox. Knox then back to Tomlinson. All wrapped up.
Good work by Carter there.
Last
ball
tackle.
and all tackle.
All back on the inside, and they fooled everyone except themselves.
A bit sloppy there.
Or should I say they fooled everyone, including themselves.
Well, they brought Forshaw back on the inside. The idea was good, but there was another Bradford player stood in the way. Oh, he's trying to get that ball away. That'll be play on.
It shouldn't have been. It was a 2-man tackle.
No, he tried to get away the ball. He tried to pass it. Wasn't briefed away.
Mistake from McNamara, you say?
Well spotted by the referee, David Campbell.
This is Forshaw.
You could see McNamara deliberately trying to get this ball away. There you see it. So that's play on.
Fair comment. Knox goes to ground. This is Lowe's, and now McDermott straight up the middle. Carter stood his ground with a bit of help from the tall figure of Jody Gall. Lowe's to Peacock again. Obviously see Peacock as a real weapon in this second half. That's the second time he's hit that ball at pace. Now, Tomlinson, long ball. McNamara looks for the fresh legs of Knox. Out the back door it goes. The movement keeps going. It's still on the last tackle. Spruce stabs it through. Well read by Gower again, and Craig Gower's off. Gets a good ball inside. Girdler is it? Ryan Girdler, it looks like it's put your glasses down time. And that is a try under the sticks for the Penrith Panthers. Girdler with the try, and it silences this Odsal crowd from defence to attack, and a great try.
Well, keeping the ball alive, but you have the fullback who's actually putting the ball down. And once the fullback is in attack like that, you've only got the sweeper, which was Tomlinson, and good play by Gower to send Girdler away. They just lost their composure. It's one thing keeping it alive, but it was on the last tackle. They would have been better suited just to have had the handover. When the fullback does a play like the kick, there's no one at home. Once the sweeper, Tomlinson, was committed, Girdler races away. They're back. A bad mistake, really, when you look into the fact that the fullback had to do the attacking kick.
Yes, they paid a heavy price for that. So Girdler with the try, and Girdler now with the conversion, and this is the man with the deadly boot in Australia. Scored 37 goals on the trot during the course of this season. Roy Simmons, his coach, on the sideline, having a word with his captain, Steve Carter, passing information on to the Penrith Panthers. And Girdler, believe me, doesn't miss from this range. Extra 2, Girdler's 4 becomes 6, and we're back in a match.
This summer, Britain takes on the world. We've seen one of the greatest goals of our time. One of the greatest England performances. Now, exclusively live on Sky Sports 1, England face their sternest test against the world champions. Brazil versus England, the tournoi, Tuesday at 7, Sky Sports 1.
At last, stronger, thicker hair.
And I push it to the limit.
Today we know that hair weakens if it loses ceramides, one of the hair's natural strengtheners. L'Oreal have duplicated ceramide, creating ceramide R, which penetrates the hair, rebuilding its strength from within, leaving your hair feeling
Stronger, thicker.
and easier to manage. L'Oreal Elvive shampoo with ceramide R. Wash the strength back in.
Don't you wish your stomach looked like this? Well, take a look at this. Introducing the AbFlex, an incredible new home exercise machine that works the upper, lower and side abdominal muscles simultaneously with one simple exercise. By applying direct resistance, the AbFlex zeroes in on those hard-to-target abdominal muscles so that within a few weeks you could get a firmer, flatter stomach and a slimmer, more shapely waistline in just 3 minutes a day. AbFlex adjusts for all fitness levels, and you can use it lying down or sitting in a chair. And AbFlex puts minimal strain on your lower back.
Pull this down towards your stomach, lift up, hold for a 2 count, and then release it. Go back slowly. How does that feel compared to a regular sit-up?
I can feel it a lot.
A lot.
Feels good. Because it centers on the stomach muscles where it counts the most.
I have back problems, so I really can't do sit-ups, so this is great.
3 minutes a day? Yeah, that's really good.
I can tell that would firm it up.
I like this. I do this every day.
I'm gonna have to buy me one of these.
Call and order your AbFlex now, and you will also receive this instructional video. And remember our money-back guarantee. If you are not completely satisfied with your AbFlex, for whatever reason, you can return it to us within 30 days for a full refund of your purchase price. The AbFlex. It's a fast way to a flatter stomach and a shapely waistline.
3 years of solitary can drive a man to kill.
Are you guilty of the murder of Rufus McCain? I was the weapon, but I ain't no killer.
And a lawyer wants to blame the system, not the man.
I accuse Alcatraz of the torture of Henry Young.
Christian Slater.
Mr. Glenn, have you ever beaten a prisoner? No.
Kevin Bacon.
Brother Dan, go back there!
And Gary Oldman.
I will not be treated the same way as this lying, murdering, two-time loser!
Inspired by a true story, the premiere of Murder in the First, 9 o'clock Wednesday, Sky Movies.
Swinging arm again.
Well, it's a tough boy, he's Boyd. But I think he came off second best here, and that was a really bad one. Can't see who it was that came over the top. It wasn't Boyd. Boyd really caught it.
Adamson, I think.
Well, this was really bad. Surely there'll be a report. The touch judge has come on, and rightly so. I think there'll be a report on this one. Adamson certainly went in with the elbow.
He's on report. The disciplinary committee will take a look at that. And Matt Adamson, the picture of innocence, but they will study that footage at Rugby League headquarters and see what they make of it all. Oh!
A bad one. That's what they make of it. That was ridiculous.
Well, that's sparked something here.
Well, if there's another one from the Penrith Panthers, he's got to walk. Surely David Campbell's had enough of all this.
Well, there's been a few. Carter's been in for a few tickings off from the referee. As
Danny Farrar.
Drew comes on. Danny Farrar, now that one. Well, Bradford just up the tempo a bit as we hit the hour mark. Penalties 10-4 in the Bulls' favour. Here's Tomlinson. Oh, lovely dummy from Tomlinson. Kicked ahead, ball bounced back. It's play on. In fact, it's 6 to go. Referee wipes the tackle count down. Wittenberg has it for the Bradford Bulls.
Well, it was a great break by Glenn Tomlinson, but why on earth did he kick so early?
Knox tries to get the pass out on the first tackle.
It's a knock on, but they are lucky to get away with it.
Domek just couldn't wheel the tackle in.
Knox trying to keep this ball alive. Deary me, it's not the Bulls who are chasing the lead. It's the Bulls who have that 4-point difference.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Well, Matthew Elliott surely has to get the message out to calm things down. They've got the experience out there, Bradley and Lowe's.
And they've got the ball with Bradley. He's so close to the line. Beckett was there and Domek to hold him up. Robbie Paul from dummy half. They've dropped it. Wittenberg went to pick the pass up, and it hit the chest, and Matthew Elliott's chin hit his chest.
Well, that picture told everything, didn't it? Eyes on the football. He could see that the big fella, Phil Adamson, was coming towards him. He does not like what he has just seen. And I don't think he'll be too impressed with what he's seen over the last 10 minutes from his Bradford Bull Chargers. They are capable, Penrith, of making the break from within their own half. They've got the speed. We've already seen that. We've witnessed the speed of Girdler. Jason Williams is pretty speedy out wide. So is Robbie Beckett.
And there's 18.5 minutes left for play. So plenty of time. These are desperate moments for the Bradford Bulls, but plenty of time for the Panthers. McNamara withdrawn, and Phil Adamson comes on in number 25. Penrith giving this ball some air. And there's the man who's on report. The other Adamson, Matt. Kick downfield. Now then, what can Danny Peacock do? He'll buzz round Odsel when he gets it with runs like that. Lowe's in at dummy half. Here's Wittenberg, held on to the ball that time. Lowe's again. They come down the blind side. Now McNamara cuts in field. He's lost the ball.
And they've got away with it.
And the touch judge spotted it.
Oh, dearie me. What a time to come up with a mistake like that.
Some errors are creeping into Bradford's play, aren't they?
You can see how he was spun down and dumped into the ground, and the impact dislodged the football. As you say, Eddie, the error count is building. That's the first for him in the match.
Tomek managed to take that pass from Carter in. Here he is again, Tomek. Tackling back was by Robbie Paul. Beckett, the dummy half. They're trying to spread the play out now, the Panthers, and catch Bradford on the hop. So far the defence is standing firm.
Took it well there, Girdler, under a lot of pressure.
Hope you've seen a man of the match. Hope he might well present himself to you in the next 16.5 minutes or so. That's the phone number to ring. 2 pair of tickets for Wembley up for grabs.
That'll be play on. Now this is the time where Bradford have to use their composure. There's got to be a penalty for that, but he's allowing play on. Wants the advantage.
Robbie Paul. Now Lachlan. 64 minutes of this match gone. 4 points the difference. Everyone in Odsel holding their breath, I think, waiting for something special to happen and hoping against hope that it comes from the Bradford Bulls.
Swinging arm again. Well.
Tomlinson. McNamara pops it up for Bradley, gone without it, and fortunately Farah went without it as well. The referee plays the first knock on and allows advantage. Williams cut down to size by Peacock.
Well,
just over a quarter of an hour of this match to go.
They were trying the short pass there. The option was good, but you've got to regain that ball. It's really big pressure out there now. And the side with the composure is going to take away the points here.
It's the Panthers who are starting to look a little dangerous. That's Gower again. And here they come once more, but the Bradford defence standing firm as a rock so far. Another untidy play, the ball that was. Tomlinson dragged him to the ground. It was Adamson, Phil Adamson. The high kick. Big test for Tomlinson. Callan was there, and Callan launches another attack, but good chasing back by Carter.
Great stuff. Didn't leave the fullback on his own. Callan said, I'm going to go back and help them. Good work by Carter. They chased it well there. Peacock really bounced into him. It's a good job that the winger, Matt Callan, is a pretty strong boy. Well, if Bradford get anywhere near this Penrith quarter, I think I'd be looking for the 1 point. And that 1 point could just be enough to break this Penrith effort.
McNamara on the break, looking for support. It was a poor pass in fairness, and Tomlinson wasn't there in time. A chance goes begging.
Not only that, it's early in the tackle count yet again.
They're breaking through again. This is Domek. What a run from Domek. Strength and speed. Great tackle. Knox there. Peacock there. The tension's almost unbearable here. Panthers in the red zone. Attacking once again. That was Brad Drew. Only just on. Quick play the ball. The Bulls are stretched. Just holding him up. Panthers camped underneath the Bulls line. Knock on. What a time to knock on. And it was Brown.
Oh, take a bow, Mr. Brown. The pressure is off. It was an awful pass. We shouldn't blame him. It was just woeful, was the pass. Well, we spoke about the pressure throughout this game. That's the first of the match, but what a crucial mistake. The loose forward, Darren Brown, knows that that could have been the moment where the Panthers could have taken the lead.
And so does Roy Simmons. Just hopes that they still have time. Carter again. Draws gasps from the crowd. McNamara, that's a good tackle. Now Wittenberg again to drive it up. Gets to the 30-metre line. Just crashes over.
I don't know what this Carter does for a job, but I suspect he might work for the post office, because he's franked quite a few of these Bulls.
That's Bradley. Good run from Bradley. Good line from Steve-O. This now is a lovely run from Forshaw, and he's got Callan. Callan bounces away from one, slips the pass to Knox.
Got to go for the 1 point, perhaps. No, they go in the power play.
Lowe's, Tomlinson, out wide it goes. They've got an overlap. It's McNamara. Out wide it goes. Couldn't take the pass in, Scales, and they sprint away the other end. This is Beckett. A good job that Danny Peacock found oxygen from somewhere. 12 minutes to go. 4 points the difference. Gower in possession for the Panthers.
But why panic football when you're leading the game? It is just unbelievable what they're trying to do. You could understand it if they were 4 points behind.
Here's a try for Brown. Brown's going to get in and does. That levels it. Darren Brown, the much-travelled man, who has settled superbly over the past 4 years at the Panthers, has levelled this match up. And silence hits Odsel.
Ironic, it was the man that had the knock-on just a few moments before, when it looked as though a try was begging. Good work on the inside, and you could see they just messed around. They got sucked in. Brown was loitering in the inside and scores the try, but you've got to point the finger at stupid play. McNamara, why on earth do you throw it? Why on earth do you panic? When all they had to do was shove the ball into the in-goal area. Now, does he lose the ball? It's Gower. Now, as he gets up and plays it, and he's lost it and got it back. It wasn't seen. But apart from that, let's not take anything away from him. The opportunity was there. It was not seen by the officials. Back on the inside. Great work indeed. And Brown finds himself in clear space. Well, what a fight back from Penrith, but I'm afraid the Bradford Bulls have offered them the opportunities well and truly on a silver platter.
Darren Brown, who on his CV would tell you that he played for Trafford Borough. Now there's a name from the past, in 1990-91 season. And if ever you wanted a man to miss a kick, it's Ryan Girdler, and he has. That would have given the Panthers the lead for the first time. It's level pegging at 16 all.
Well, this was the play of the ball that brought it all about, and you can see he's lost it there quite clearly. Wittenberg was all over the top. Gower wanted to get on with the football. He knew that his team was 4 points behind, but I just cannot believe the Bradford Bulls' tactics.
And we believe, by the way, that Ryan Girdler miss is one of the rarest events in Aussie Super League. We believe that that's about the 5th kick that Ryan Girdler has missed all year. It would have given Penrith the lead with 10 minutes to go. Man of the match, who will it be? 0891, 66, 55, 25. Knox has lost the football, it's play on. Penrith have got it back.
Well, what a mistake yet again. They have become the worst enemies in the second half. So many times have they been hammering away at the Penrith line to either put in a foolish kick or a wild pass when they didn't need it. We mentioned about going for the 1 point, and I think that would have finished Penrith off. And now it looks like we're going to share the spoils. 1 point each on the table.
Well, I'm not sure. I think that we might see more drama yet.
Penrith will go for the 1, don't worry.
Carter back to Girdler. Girdler stabs the ball into the in-goal area, and it's gone dead. Danny Peacock was prepared to take the gamble. Now then, the last big push for victory from the Bulls may be, as Wittenberg carries the ball up again on the first tackle.
Well, that surprised me there. Girdler going on his own rather than opting to get the ball back. Craig Gower.
Oh, it's nail-biting stuff, this.
If my memory serves me correct, I think it was Craig Gower that actually potted over the 1 point that beat the Brisbane Broncos in the Super League earlier this season. So there's a 1 point exponent out there in Gower.
The Bulls are looking for 4, though. This is Wittenberg. It's Simon Knox, beg his pardon. James Lowe's at dummy half, wants to get on with it. Here's Robbie Paul. If ever there's a moment for Paul to change the course of the match, but Lowe's loses the ball.
They're claiming he was taken without the football, but he's sort of half at it. No, that won't help from Tomlinson. He's juggling all the time. Carter came over the top. The crowd don't like it, but it's pretty difficult for the referee, David Campbell, to decide whether he had control or he didn't. Carter wasn't to know. Can't hold a general meeting.
He's injured, Farah.
He's had a top game, though, especially the second half, Farah. He's been a rough and tough character.
That's Alexander driving it up the middle. They're on the halfway line, the Penrith Panthers, and threatening this Bradford Bulls fortress Odson, but they've lost the ball there.
It went backwards.
Rihana claimed it.
Well, now they're panicking, Penrith, when they didn't need to.
Lachlan.
Oh, that's going to be a penalty. No doubt. He's not going to be coddled with that.
Craig Gower was not impressed with the decision.
Well, you can see that Gower's right arm underneath. Now, take your time. Composure, as we keep mentioning it. Just drive it through. Don't worry about putting the moves on. Just drive through and see if there's a gap comes of it with good effort with the forwards.
Now
then maybe the switch.
Or maybe just get in front of the post and have a pot for the 1-pointer.
Well,
on the last tackle, though. They're going away, and that's Nathan Graham. Nathan Graham. He's not yet scored a try for Bradford. Keep on going, Nathan Graham, to that line. They're right in front of the post. Surely they'll go for 1. They are. McNamara misses.
Missed it. It was the right option. He gave himself plenty of room. There was no one there, and he was just off to the right.
That was a golden chance gone.
Well, full credit for the Bulls. The message would have gone out from Matthew Elliott to do exactly that. Now they've got to keep Penrith at bay. Well, what a tremendous effort from both these sides. Bradford looked as though they had this game well and truly sewn up, but 2 long-range efforts by the Panthers, and they're capable of doing it again.
Well, was that played right? Was the ball lost?
Well, he paired it back with his fingertips. We spoke about that before the game started.
The play of the balls are a shambles. I'm afraid in the Southern Hemisphere, there's no other way to describe it. And they're getting away with murder.
Well, the thing is, Eddie, it's not a Southern Hemisphere official. It's one David Campbell, who, to my knowledge, doesn't live in Australia. If you let them get away with it and you don't penalise them, the Aussies won't stop doing it.
Yes, you're right. Harsh words, but you're right. Paul plays it. Lowe's. Paul is on his inside. Lowe's is on his inside. Spreads it out wide now to McNamara. McNamara, lovely run. Bradley will drive this in towards the post again. It's last tackle.
They've got to go for it. Oh, Lowe's has gone for the power play.
And it's hung up in the in goal, and they'll get the ball back. Jorgensen hacked the ball dead. It looked like that ball was sailing out, but it somehow held up on the paint.
You could see he kicked it backwards so that it was just going to stop in the in-goal area. Jorgensen was in a great position. Look at that. Runs today from 6. His average, he's done 8 during this match. He really has been a great servant today for the Bulls.
Penrith, I can tell you, are on their knees. They are absolutely exhausted. They're in no hurry to get this ball back in play. Gower does eventually. It's a good kick too. Oh, it's a great kick over the halfway line. Now Peacock will surely drive this back.
5 drives, that's all we need.
They need to get the ball in front of the post. Rihanna was coming the right way. Then,
oh, what on earth have they done that for? What are we trying to play at? That is not professional rugby league football. Why on earth did they have to do it? You only have to win by 1. It doesn't matter if it's 1,000, 1 million. 1 point would have done.
And here they come again with Farah, who has had a magnificent match. Everyone now just waiting for something to happen in the next 3 minutes that will tie this match up, but which side has got the stamina to take it? That is number 21, Matt Adamson. He goes down.
It'll be a drive to the sticks, surely.
There's Gower. Good ball. He's almost through. It was Carter, the captain, and somehow they got it back. Last tackle. There's going to be a one-pointer attempt here. Charge down.
That'll be back to 6.
It is. And Domic's got it for the Panthers. Oh, he's ghosted through, and Domic scores the try. The defence fell off, and I think that's it for the Bradford Bulls. Domic with the try, just ghosted through an exhausted Bradford Bulls defence, and has Domic won this match for Penrith? I think he has.
You never give in, even though they charged it down. It was good work there by Wittenberg, but look how they just hung around. McNamara out on his feet, just stood there and watched the traffic flow by. Scales out wide, but watch McNamara. He's waiting to see what he's going to do. Scales, not the best attempt. That was not a good attempt. They look on in anguish, but Domic scores the try. That seals it. There'll be no way back from this. They will take their time with the Penrith Panthers. And I'm sorry to say, we must give credit to this Penrith side. They have fought tooth and nail all the way in the second half.
Yeah, gutsy performance. And Sid Domic, we mentioned the guy from Trafford Borough earlier on, Darren Brown. Sid Domic on his CV, Steve-O, the London Broncos.
Well, the crowd are streaming out. They are bitterly disappointed, as I'm sure are the Bradford Bulls players, and not more so than their coach Matthew Elliott. He knows that they've blown it. They have offered this match up to the Panthers on a platter.
Girdler then with this conversion attempt, and that's a really rare sight. He's missed 2 here at Odsall tonight, but Penrith, for the first time in the match, with less than a minute to go, have taken the lead, and Matthew Elliott is a disconsolate figure on that Bradford Bulls bench. Half a minute to go. They'll get the ball back from the kickoff, but I don't think that they have got the time to get up the other end and produce something extra special.
And there's barely 18 seconds left. Last throw the dice. Get up and play the ball and kick downfield and just hope, perhaps. Got to try something. Not going to barge away, chip over.
This will be the last play of the match.
Peter Jurgensen's way back. He's in a good position. It's a good kick, though.
Great kick. Well claimed by Jurgensen. He almost lost it. There's the siren. Penrith Panthers punched the air with delight. And it's a disappointment in the end for Matthew Elliott and the Bradford Bulls, because they have gone 14 games unbeaten in Super League, stretching back to last year, and have lost just once in the past 2 seasons here at Odsall. But Penrith Panthers, give them credit for what they achieved in the second half. They fought their way back into a match which looked like it was going away from them. So a disappointing end to another memorable Odsal night, but I'm sure that the Bulls will bounce back against the Auckland Warriors in the next round when they face them here on Saturday night. Our next programme here on Sky Sports is the World of Super League on Wednesday at 8:30 over on Sky Sports 3, and the next match from the World Championship is Castleford against the Hunter Mariners Friday at 7 o'clock on Sky Sports 1. Until Wednesday then, and the World of Super League, from all of us here, it's goodbye.